My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. It's time to go in with the... Hang on. It is the Ironclad, but what am I doing? Alright, that's a 1. Which means Ascension 15. Because a 1 on a D20 in typical tabletop role-playing games, not all of them, and not for all roles, but typically, is a critical failure. Which means the worst result. And the worst result here is that I have to play Ascension mode level 15. Elite spawn more often. Normal enemies are deadlier. Elites are deadlier. Bosses are deadlier. We heal less after boss battles. Start each run damage. Normal enemies are deadlier. Elites are tougher. Sorry, normal enemies are tougher. Elites are tougher. Bosses are tougher. Parasite. Potions are less potent. Upgraded cards appear less often. Poor bosses, which is bosses give you less money at the end of the fight. Lower max HP and unfavorable events. We're going to lose all of our gold to obtain a random rare relic here, and that is the Red Skull. While your HP is at or below 50%, you have 3 additional strength. That's super handy, but if you plan around using it, you're going to cry a lot because it hurts to use. We're going to need to pick up some cards early here if we're planning on going for the 2 elite or 3 elite paths. So instead of going for the event line, God, 12 damage there, yikes. Hit that button to make sure that my mouse is constrained within the window, beautiful. Yikes! Our HP, unavoidable damage so far. Not particularly pleased by it. If we can increase our max HP so that our 50% value is still quite high, we'll be in a pretty good position. I'll take a copy of Headbutt because it's just a value pick. That enemy has 20 HP. If I strike Headbutt, I can actually kill it. I'll take 7 damage here, but I should be able to handle this one enemy by itself. Beautiful. And then Bash Strike is a kill. Pick up Dex Potion. I don't know about any of those. Even the Warcry right now. I need to get some more offensive potential in my deck before I really start stacking in things like Warcry. Block 1 damage, or all but 1 damage rather, here. And then take 5. So I am going to heal back up to how I was at the start of this fight. Pick up a Swift Potion. A Cleave is very nice. Get some AoE in the deck already. God, they're doing 24 damage in the first turn. There's no way I can counter that. I forget how annoying high Ascension runs are. Gosh. Well, now I've at least got the anger. Beautiful. Flex is going to be a nice pickup. If I had Clash already, I would take the other option. I am going to be weakened here, which is going to be frustrating. But I'm also going to be lowered below my half HP value. So I'll have the strength from Red Skull. I'm just trying to set up for the Cleave to be as effective as possible. So each of these strikes, so each energy is preventing 6 damage here. So it's better than double blocking. But gosh, that's rough. With a Fire Potion there, pretty good pickup. Take a Pommel Strike just because it's a gain and just a value pick, pretty much. I'm going to drink the Swift Potion here, really hoping to pick up the Cleave. That's unfortunate. Yeah, because I really wanted to be able to Cleave Headbutt the Cleave back to the top of the deck. Because it's just such an important card for us to have right now. Oh boy. I'm not even playing that aggressively or that risky. It's just really, really, really difficult to play the Ironclad in the opener. in Ascension 15. Well, look. That's 9 HP. Oh god, the potions are less potent. I'm so not used to Ascension anymore. Yeah. I forgot that the potions were less potent, so I tried to use the Firebomb to deal 20 damage, and it only dealt 15. Rather, dealt 15. Shuriken, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain a strength, and we'll pick up a Clash there. Partly because we got the Shuriken. So the Shuriken is really, really good if you can play a bunch of small attacks, a bunch of low-cost attacks, and Clash might be the lowest-cost attack. Of course. Immediately got the fight. Because of course we did. We might actually be able to get out of this without taking that much damage. Just because of how much damage we deal courtesy of Shuriken Red Skull. Yeah. Alright, that was actually a pretty good fight for us. Block Potion as well as a Singing Bowl. When adding cards to your deck, you may gain 2 max HP instead. I've already got a little bit of AoE, so I'm not going to pick up that Thunderclap. Alright, fine. Let's go for 2 elites. Bag of Preparation at the start of combat. Draw 2 additional cards. Don't give me Clash in my opening hand, please. Beautiful. Right, I desperately don't want to draw Clash, so I'm going to go Bash Headbutt instead, and I'm just going to really hope that Clash is in my next hand. It is. Beautiful. I think I've got the kill. Hell yeah! Mercury Hourglass at the start of your turn deals 3 damage to all enemies. Little bit more strength from Spot Weakness, or... Well, I think I'll get my strength from Shuriken, so... I think I'll pass on the Spot Weakness there. Bash Headbutt. Beautiful. Don't give me Parasite and Clash in the same hand, please. Never mind, that's a Parasite and a Clash in the same hand. That said, we'll be fine. Alright. None of that, thank you. I need to increase my max HP because it's also increasing my current HP. Card removal. No! Second Curse is going to make it much more difficult for us to play our Clash. And Clash has been doing so much for us. Well, it's never really going to get better than that for an opener. Alright, I'm going to block 10 of the damage here. Just intent on using 3 attacks this turn. Beautiful. I do take 20 as a result, but then I should just be able to punish the ever-loving hell out of you. Yep. Darkstone Periapt. Whenever you obtain a curse, increase your max HP by 6 rather. And we'll pick up a double tap here. Alright, not bad. Quite glad to have gotten the cleave there. Again, we'll go for the max HP. Final boss this floor is going to be rough. Alright. I am going to smith the double tap. Because I think I'm going to need the aggression to prevent the early 35 this boss does. Otherwise, I think I'm just dead anyway. Alright, I got my strength up. Damn it, Clash had to be in this hand. Alright, there's our cleave. Pretty good pickup. Beautiful. Alright, looks like we are going to be able to get out of here with relative ease. We just need to remove these curses from our deck as soon as possible. Limit Break is going to be really good because we've already got Shuriken and Red Skull, so we've got a source of some strength in our deck. And here we'll pick up Sozu. Gain energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer obtain potions, but I can still use the potions I currently have. Sozu is less bad in high ascension modes because potions are less potent, so losing them is also less potent. We've got 2 shops early here, so I can actually remove 2 cards from my deck, which is going to be pretty essential. Unfortunately, I have no strength to increase. Hopefully I get double tap and clash in the same hand here. Never mind. Double tap cleave is actually what I meant, by the way. I'm glad that I ended up getting it. Despite the fact that I asked for something else. Lot of damage there. Put you on the ground and then defend. This enemy is dead to the Mercury Hourglass. Double tap that headbutt. And then the strike kills. We are intending to use attacks almost exclusively. So I'm wondering if that Rage Plus is a good pickup for us. You know, it almost certainly is. Let's do it. I rarely pick up Rage, but every time I picked it up intentionally, I've actually been extremely impressed with it. Put the double tap back on top of the deck. And the flex. Flex, limit break, double tap that strike for the kill. Again, let's go for the max HP there. Yeah, none of those are actually amazing. I mean, the closest is the Peace Pipe. I am actually going to go to a bunch of rests. Sure. Peace Pipe, card removal. Remove the decay. Then next is Parasite. I can't offer Shuriken or Peace Pipe. Both of them are huge for me. That's really unfortunate there. Didn't really have a choice. Really? Like, you had to give me Clash and Parasite in the same hand. I actually have a much thicker deck now. Look, no jokes. I have a much thicker deck right now. Maybe you could just not give me my only curse in the same hand as my only Clash. Would just be handy. Alright. Here, I'm going to Toke to remove the Parasite, so now I can consistently use my Clash. Which is going to be incredibly important for us. Rage, double tap the strike, and the other strike. So this way I get an extra strength out of my Shuriken, and I get to kill one of the targets, and I got a ridiculous amount of block that turn. Beautiful. We're not in a half bad position right now. Go flex, headbutt to put the... I should probably actually put the cleave back on top of my deck. Yeah, I'm going to need it next turn. As much as I really wanted to go with other cards there, the cleave is more important. I should double defend, then clash before I pommel strike. Yeah. Lest I prevent myself from being able to pommel strike. Limit break, bash strike. I mean, we got through it, but we're not doing well right now. Anchor, start each combat with 10 block. Sure. Pick that up. Anchor is what I said before. This is Anger. Anger is good with Shuriken. It's just, I'm not going to have the defense that I need if I just take an Anger here. If it was an Anger upgraded, I might consider it much more highly. As much as I want to remove a card from my deck right now, I need to rest. Otherwise, I'm extremely deceased. Tiny chest, gain 30 gold. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. Treasure is like a room like that with a relic. Alright, we double tap the Clash. Then we double tap the Headbutt to put the double tap and the Clash back on top of our deck. That is the largest output of damage. The largest single output of damage that we have in our deck. Double tap Clash. We got pretty close to a flawless and very quick kill there. That would have been lovely. Sharon's Ashes. Whenever you exhaust a card, deal 3 damage to all enemies. That makes Exhaust so much more powerful. If this was upgraded, I would take it, but it's, again, not. Flex, limit break, defend. I should be able to kill like one of you at least. Beautiful. If we can get a Reaper in this deck, we can go off something fierce. We do end up with a little bit of strength in our deck, but like at the end of a fight, we ended up with 9 there. 9 by 5. Let's just round down. It's 41. 9 by 5 is not 41. It's 45. You got down more. So total, that's... I think I have to take the Heavy Blade upgraded. It's not good at the start of the fight, is why I don't want to take it. But it is good at the end. I'll again rest for HP here, because if I don't, I'm... like, there's no way I could even consider taking this fight. And I really wanted to consider taking this fight. Beautiful. That was an easy way of picking up 2 extra strength and getting all of the kills there. Quite pleased about it. That's a really shitty next hand. I extremely messed that up. What I should have done is cleave and then just headbutt the cleave back to the top of my deck so that it would always be available there for me. The Rage is going to protect me against the incoming damage from the Mad Gremlin. I need to kill at least one of them, otherwise the Gremlin leader is definitely going to attack the turn after. It still decided to attack, but this was guaranteed as a result. All right, I'm actually just going to go straight for the Gremlin leader right now. Because I'll be able to kill it if I do. Thread Needle at the start of each combat, gain 5 plated armor. That's really handy. Corruption is actually pretty good as well, but we don't have that many skills in our deck. I do want to take it because we've also got Sharon's Ashes. I'm probably dead. Like, if I use all of my money for this, I'm probably dead. If I fight them, I'm probably dead. But, only one way to find out. Rage Pommel. Strike. As much as I want a limit break, I'm just going to go for the extra strike here. Limit break gives me 3 strength, whereas strike actually just gave me 1 there. Yeah. And it locks up the kill. Red Mask. At the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. If I could apply 1 vulnerability to all enemies at the start of the combat, I would be so much more happy. It's really unfortunate that I got the Peace Pipe and I've only ever used it once because I've needed to rest every time. It's quite rough. Let's headbutt the Flex back to the top of the deck because I've still got my Limit Break in my deck. Rage, Flex. Clash, defend, clash. Just worried if maybe I should also use my Ancient Artifact to keep the 2 strength that Flex is about to lose. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. Because then by keeping that 2 strength, I'm going to make my Limit Break later a lot better. And I know that Limit Break is coming up. There's the Limit Break. Oh, baby. And the double tap. Holy heck. This is a very successful, aggressive run right now. Quite pleased about it. I want to get the double tap back in my deck right now, but What I actually need is Rage. And I want Rage to do a lot of stuff. So actually, I do want the double tap back there. For a completely different reason. Because I want to be able to play a bunch of attacks in order to increase the effectiveness of Rage. I didn't get Rage in this hand. As soon as I didn't get Rage in this hand, I was pretty much fucked. But never mind, I actually have Heavy Blade. Demon Form is good, and it's really good in a deck that has Heavy Blade. I don't think I'm going to ever have a turn where I can play it, though. Fiend Fire is actually exquisite with Sharon's Ashes as well. But I'm also never going to have a hand with enough cards in it to really Fiend's Fire for a bunch. Ugh. Both of them are good, but I can't really afford to take them. This is going to be a difficult one. So I can either take Black Feather, that's Black Blood and Eternal Feather. Black Blood, which is at the end of combat, heal 10 HP, and we do need that extra HP. That's really important to us. Eternal Feather we don't really want, because for every 5 cards in your deck, heal 2 HP whenever you enter a rest site. We would get 6 per rest site. That's quite low. But Astrolabe is upon pickup, choose and transform 3 cards and then upgrade them. I could transform and upgrade 3 of my defense. Yeah. Okay, we got an Evolve, which is going to make our Clash much less useful. We got a Ghostly Armor, which is a pretty good upgrade. And we got a Twin Strike, which is a pretty good upgrade. The Evolve, however, is a wee bit rough. Okay, if I start down this path, I have to fight 3 elites, and I really don't have much reprieve from them. So, if the first fight goes wrong, I'm screwed. If I start here, however, I have a lot of choices later on, so I'll go this path. Let's flex. Limit Break. Ghostly Armor, double tap a Clash. Alright. I'm trying to relatively evenly damage all of my targets here. And that's so that when I do kill them, I can kill them all around the same time. Kind of similar to that. A lot of this is important. That's the big problem. Reaper is going to be a really effective way of healing up for us. And our opening hand is 2 cards larger, courtesy of Bag Preparations, so Lantern's also really good for us. And the Gremlin Horn is going to allow us to eliminate an enemy, and there's a lot of group fights here, but eliminate an enemy and then just continue. You know what? The only way I can get 2 of the things I care about is to take Lantern and Reaper, so let's just do it. Let's do it and never look back. Ouch. This is going to be a wee bit rough. Ouch. I have to use the Evolve here so that I can use the Clash. I counted that all wrong. Alright. Ancient Potion would be a nice pickup, but I don't actually get it. Well, at the very least, Clash is in this hand. So I don't have to worry about it interacting poorly for another turn at least. For another go round my deck, I mean. Alright. Limit Break does need to be upgraded because I really wanted to Limit Break flex there. Bunch of cards out. 16. Alright. Double attack the Pole Strike. Flex. Defense is only worth 3 right now. I think I'm more likely to lower the amount of turns this Maw has on field by attacking. Alright, beautiful. Imagine if it had 25 HP. Would it still die next turn? Yeah, it still would. Alright. Didn't really make a difference then. Disarm. There are multi-attacks from the enemy at the very end of this, so I actually will take a copy of Disarm, especially because it's upgraded. Dead Branch. Whenever you exhaust a card, add a random card to your hand. Now, with that and Sharon's Ashes, we are super primed to take any exhaust synergies we find. Flex. We'll double tap a bash. And the Twin Strikes. And then I will disarm. Damn! Got a demon form from that. Not that I would have played it, but we did get a demon form from that. Okay. That Rage is actually really coming in clutch for us. Okay, you're intangible this turn. It's fine. It's fine. Get myself a bunch of defense. You're not vulnerable next turn, but I might draw Heavy Blade. Even if I don't, looks like I'm fine. Beautiful. Matroshka, next 2 chests you open contain 2 relics. Don't mind if they do. I need to start removing the worst cards from my deck. That does include the Evolve, actually. I'm especially because Evolve is a power, and this enemy is going to get more strong every single power that I play. So I'm actually looking at the opportunity of removing powers. Whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 energy. That's really helpful. And Unceasing Top, if you have no cards in your hand during your turn, draw a card. That's nice. I don't know if it's really going to affect our deck. Oh, really? You had to give me a That's super lame. Since that exhausted card gave me a demon form, there was no way for me to play my Clash that turn. Alright, you're dead in 2 turns. As a result of the AoE explosive. Right. Put the cleave back on top of the deck. Just like Barricade, get myself 3 block this turn. Trying very hard to not really have the worst experience here. I don't want to lose all of the rest of my life in this fight. Rage, double tap. Upgraded Anger, now that I also have the Unceasing Top and Shuriken, definitely. 2, 3. It's a pretty damn reasonable heal right there. I kind of wanted slightly better than that, but you know, don't ask for more than the game will provide. You'll only make yourself sad. I'm going to play the corruption here. And the primary reason is because if I ever get any... Oh, if the Dead Branch had given me back cards that were playable, as in exhausting cards, then I would have just been able to go off there. There we go, kind of like this, where we just got a bunch of cards that were awesome for us. I'm actually going to take a second copy of Anger Plus as well, actually, there. Don the Red Mask for 222 gold that I will never be able to spend, unfortunately. We'll rest for the 30 HP. Kind of want to double tap the Reaper now. Yeah. Double tap the Reaper, and then I don't want to double tap that Cleave. There we go. And I should be set up. All right, we're going to have all of the HP that we really need going into the next part. That's great. All right, we completely defended this turn, and then we'll just be able to kill you next turn. Yeah, because you went for a summon, you gosh dang moron. Alright, so I can go for a removal or I can go for an upgrade. I think because I have these two copies of Anger and the Unceasing... No! Oh, obviously I need to remove Evolve. I knew that as well, and I just forgotten it for a second there. I'll gain a Dex, but it's not going to really do anything, I believe, for my entire deck. Rage, Disarm. Corruption is actually pretty important, even though it is going to buff up my enemy here. Corruption for this deck is quite important. Although it is going to exhaust that double tap. Broke it off. There's Limit Break, which I actually don't really want to play this turn. Anger there. Then headbutt that Anger back to the top of the deck. I don't want to draw back to the Limit Break is the thing. I also don't want to draw back to this Rupture, so I'm kind of just hoping that I don't. Barricade, yeah. This Dead Branch is actually fucking me by giving me a bunch of powers that I really don't want to play. Like, extremely do not want to play. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand, sure. Hey, that'll exhaust the Evolve, thankfully. Source the Metallicize so I don't play it. Can you please... Okay, put the True Grit back on top of the deck. Please stop giving me... Or I have to play that power, otherwise I can't play the Clash. Alright, another spot weakness. Infernal Blade gave me an Anger. That's totally fine. Alright, 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 alright. This is working out really well. And it will work out really well forever. Until, of course, the game starts to give me... all of those powers it put in my deck. This hand still doesn't really have... I mean, it does have Rupture, at least. But this stand still really doesn't have all the worst ones. I'm actually going to Reaper here as well. Limit Break, great. Really good pickup. We'll leave Double Tap in our deck for later. Like, if I want to play that Clash, I have to Barricade. There's no way I'm doing that. Alright, well, this is fucked up. That's a 34-minute Ascension 15 Ironclad run, and it was aggressive. 1,428. Yeah, that makes sense. Holy crumbs. Just think how much difficulty I had with higher level Ascension runs with the Ironclad, and then just suddenly to trounce it because I rolled a 1 on a die. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.